China, a land where ancient wisdom meets futuristic innovation, stretches across the vast landscapes of East Asia. Known for its 5,000-year-old civilization, breathtaking natural wonders, and engineering marvels that push the boundaries of human achievement. This enchanting country is a paradise for history enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. From the winding Great Wall snaking across mountain ridges to the otherworldly glow of modern megacities, China's landscapes are as diverse as they are awe-inspiring. As we journey through China's most breathtaking wonders, we'll explore the wild heart of this remarkable country, uncover hidden treasures, and witness the raw beauty that makes this nation one of the world's greatest destinations. Great Wall of China. Standing atop a mountain ridge, the Great Wall of China stretches toward the horizon like a massive stone dragon. This isn't just a wall, it's the world's largest military structure, extending an astonishing 21,196 kilometers across mountains, deserts, and grasslands. Construction began as early as the 7th century BCE, but what most visitors walk today dates primarily from the Ming Dynasty between 1368 and 1644. The wall wasn't built in a single campaign, but assembled section by section over centuries, each brick representing countless hours of human labor. The wall served multiple purposes: military defense, border control, and a physical manifestation of imperial power. Watchtowers positioned within arrow shot of each other allowed rapid communication using smoke signals by day and fire by night, creating an ancient early warning system spanning thousands of miles. Today, as you walk these ancient stones polished smooth by millions of footsteps, you're literally walking through pages of history. Each section tells its own story, from the perfectly preserved stones of Badaling to the wild, crumbling ruins of Simitai, where the wall clings precariously to near-vertical mountain ridges. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. In a remote corner of Hunan Province rises a landscape so surreal that Hollywood directors used it as inspiration for an alien world. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park presents over 3,000 quartzite sandstone pillars, rising dramatically from misty valleys, some reaching heights exceeding 200 meters. These extraordinary pillars began forming 300 million years ago. Layers of sandstone and quartz were compressed, then gradually lifted by tectonic forces. Over millions of years, water seeped into tiny cracks, freezing and expanding in winter, creating ever larger fissures until individual columns separated from the surrounding rock. Morning mist frequently envelops the lower sections of these towers, creating the illusion of floating mountains hovering in the clouds. This dreamlike quality inspired the Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's film Avatar, with one pillar officially renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain after the movie's success. For the truly adventurous, the Bailong Elevator offers a heart-stopping ascent. Built into the side of a cliff, this glass elevator rises 326 meters in less than 2 minutes, officially the world's highest outdoor elevator. The park also features the world's longest glass bridge, suspended 430 meters above a deep gorge. Forbidden City. At the heart of Beijing lies a palace so vast and magnificent that it housed 24 emperors over 500 years, its very name speaking to its exclusivity, the Forbidden City. Ordinary citizens couldn't enter without imperial permission on pain of death, making these walls truly forbidden to all but the most privileged. The statistics alone astound. 980 surviving buildings containing 8,707 rooms spread across 72 hectares, the world's largest palace complex and the largest collection of preserved ancient wooden structures anywhere. The complex follows perfect symmetry along a north-south axis, symbolizing the harmony of the universe and the emperor's central role within it. Every architectural detail carries symbolic meaning. Golden yellow roof tiles represent the emperor's connection to the heavens. Red walls symbolize good fortune and joy. And blue accents represent water elements that would protect the palace from fire. Even the number of rooms has significance. 9,999.5, just shy of the perfect number 10,000. Because only heaven could be perfect. Despite being primarily wooden structures in a city that experiences severe seasonal changes, they've survived for over 600 years. The raised marble terraces prevent groundwater damage, while the distinctive upturned eaves drive rain away from walls and create natural air circulation. Shanghai Tower. Rising dramatically from Shanghai's futuristic Pudong district, a twisted glass and steel giant soars 632 meters into the sky. Shanghai Tower, China's tallest building and a symbol of the nation's meteoric economic rise. This architectural marvel doesn't just stand tall, it twists a full 120 degrees from base to top, creating one of the world's most recognizable skyline silhouettes. This engineering wonder is actually 9 cylindrical buildings stacked one atop another, with 9 indoor zones between them, creating public sky gardens. Unlike traditional skyscrapers, Shanghai Tower functions as a vertical city, housing retail, restaurants, hotels, offices, and observation decks within its 128 floors. The tower's distinctive twist isn't just for visual drama, it's a brilliant engineering solution. This design reduces wind pressure by 24%, significantly decreasing the structural materials needed. Inside, the world's fastest elevators rocket upward at 20.5 meters per second, bringing visitors from ground level to the 118th floor in just 53 seconds. Sustainability features prominently. The double-layer glass facade functions like a thermos, creating an insulation zone that significantly reduces heating and cooling needs. Wind turbines generate power, while rainwater collection systems supply water for the building's needs, making Shanghai Tower 40% more energy efficient than conventional skyscrapers. Li River Karst Landscape. Floating down the Li River between Guilin and Yangshuo is like drifting through a traditional Chinese landscape painting brought to life. For 83 kilometers, the clear waters wind between thousands of limestone karst peaks that rise dramatically from the riverbanks like enormous green teeth erupting from the earth. This landscape is so iconic that it appears on the 20 yuan banknote. These distinctive mountains began forming around 300 million years ago, when the area was beneath an ancient sea. As the sea receded, rainwater slowly dissolved the soft limestone, leaving the more resistant sections as the distinctive conical and dome-shaped peaks we see today. Morning is the most magical time on the river, when mist clings to the water surface and wraps around the limestone peaks. As the sun rises, it burns through the fog in golden rays, revealing perfect reflections of the mountains in the river's mirror-like surface. Each peak along the river has been named based on its shape: Elephant Trunk Hill, Nine Horses Fresco Hill, or Crown Cave. Traditional bamboo rafts still navigate these waters, and in some sections, fishermen practice the ancient art of cormorant fishing, a 1,300-year-old tradition where trained birds dive to catch fish for their human partners. Terracotta Army. In 1974, local farmers digging a well near Xi'an made one of history's most astonishing archaeological discoveries: thousands of life-sized clay warriors buried for over 2,200 years, standing in silent formation as if still guarding their emperor in the afterlife. This underground army was created to protect China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. The scale is impressive: over 8,000 individual soldiers, 130 chariots, 520 horses, and 150 cavalry horses, all created in precise military formation. What makes the warriors truly extraordinary is their individuality. No two soldiers have identical faces, hairstyles, or expressions. Using clay molds for bodies and limbs allowed for mass production, but craftsmen then hand-sculpted each face, creating unique features for every warrior. Originally, these warriors weren't the gray terracotta color we see today. When excavated, traces of bright pigments revealed they were once painted in vibrant colors, though exposure to air caused these ancient pigments to oxidize within minutes of excavation. Real weapons accompanied the warriors: bronze swords that remained sharp after 2 millennia underground, crossbows with working trigger mechanisms, and long spears positioned for battle. These weapons were coated with chromium, an anti-rust technology not rediscovered in the West until the 20th century. Chinese cuisine: diversity. Chinese cuisine isn't just food. It's one of the world's oldest and most complex culinary traditions, developed continuously over 5,000 years. When most countries speak of their traditional cuisine, they're referring to dishes developed within the past few centuries. China's culinary traditions were already ancient when Rome was founded. The 8 Great Cuisines classification only begins to capture this diversity. Cantonese cuisine emphasizes freshness and subtle flavors. Sichuan cuisine developed its famous combination of numbing Sichuan peppercorns and fiery chili heat. Shandong cuisine, one of the oldest traditions, specializes in seafood and vinegar-based dishes. Chinese cuisine intertwines deeply with traditional medicine and philosophy. The concept of yin and yang guides meal composition. Cool foods balanced with warming ones, crisp textures contrasted with soft, and flavors harmonized across dishes rather than isolated in separate courses. Consider the humble dumpling, far more than just food. During Chinese New Year, families gather to make jiaozi dumplings together, their crescent shape resembling ancient gold ingots and symbolizing wealth. The wrapper and filling represent the coming together of heaven and earth, while the pleated edge symbolizes many generations of a family united. Three Gorges Dam. Spanning the mighty Yangtze River stands a structure so massive it actually slowed the rotation of the Earth when its reservoir filled. The Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest hydroelectric power station. This concrete colossus stretches 2.3 kilometers across China's greatest river, standing 185 meters tall and holding back a reservoir extending 660 kilometers upstream. The numbers are staggering: 27.2 million cubic meters of concrete, 463,000 tons of steel, and a construction cost of $28 billion. When operating at full capacity, its 32 turbines generate 22,500 megawatts of electricity, equivalent to 15 nuclear power plants. Construction lasted 18 years, 1994 to 2012, and required relocating 1.3 million people from 13 cities, 140 towns, and 1,350 villages that would be submerged. In some cases, historic buildings were carefully dismantled, stone by stone, and rebuilt on higher ground, including temples dating back to the Ming Dynasty. Beyond electricity generation, the dam controls devastating floods that have claimed millions of lives throughout Chinese history, improves navigation on the Yangtze, and provides water for agriculture and cities downstream. Before the dam's construction, catastrophic floods occurred roughly every decade, with a particularly devastating 1998 flood killing more than 4,000 people. Huangshan. Rising mysteriously from the clouds in Anhui Province, Huangshan, or Yellow Mountain, has inspired Chinese poets, painters, and philosophers for over 1,500 years. This isn't just a mountain, but an entire range of 72 peaks recognized by UNESCO for its remarkable blend of natural beauty and cultural significance. Locals speak of the Four Wonders: oddly shaped pines, peculiar rock formations, the sea of clouds, and hot springs. The granite peaks have been shaped by wind, rain, and ice into fantastical formations that seem to defy gravity. Huangshan's pine trees have become symbols of resilience throughout China. Growing directly from rock crevices with minimal soil, they extend their gnarled branches horizontally rather than vertically, shaped by centuries of wind and snow into living sculptures. Perhaps Huangshan's most magical feature is its Sea of Clouds phenomenon. On roughly 200 days each year, cloud formations fill the valleys between peaks, creating the illusion of islands floating in a white ocean. This otherworldly scene changes constantly with weather conditions and seasons. Over 60,000 stone steps have been carved into these mountains, creating one of the world's most spectacular hiking experiences. The effort rewards visitors with vistas that have inspired China's greatest landscape paintings for centuries. Granite peaks erupting from mist, twisted pines clinging to impossible rocks, and sunrises that transform the clouds into rivers of gold. Leshan Giant Buddha. Gazing serenely over the confluence of three rivers in Sichuan province sits the Leshan Giant Buddha, the largest stone Buddha statue in the world. Towering 71 meters tall, this monumental figure was carved directly from a red sandstone cliff face beginning in 713 CE, a project that took 90 years to complete. The statue depicts Maitreya, the Buddha of the future, with a peaceful expression as he looks out over the waters where the Min, Dadu, and Qingyi rivers merge. These waters were once treacherous, claiming many lives due to dangerous whirlpools. According to legend, a monk named Hai Tong believed creating a Buddha overlooking this spot would calm the waters. He was right, though not for spiritual reasons. The enormous amount of stone removed from the cliff and deposited in the river actually altered the water flow patterns. The Buddha's statistics are staggering. Ears over 7 meters long, shoulders 28 meters wide, and a head 14.7 meters high. A single foot can accommodate over 100 people standing side by side. What's truly remarkable is the sophisticated engineering hidden within it. The creators designed an elaborate drainage system of hidden gutters, channels, and drainage pipes that carry rainwater away from the statue, preventing erosion damage. This 8th century engineering solution has protected the Buddha through centuries of monsoon seasons. China's high-speed rail network. Imagine traveling from New York to Chicago in under 4 hours, or Los Angeles to San Francisco in under 3. Not by plane, but by train, gliding at 350 kilometers per hour. This is daily reality in modern China, home to the world's largest high-speed rail network, a transportation revolution built in just 15 years. This engineering marvel spans over 40,000 kilometers, enough track to circle the Earth at the equator. That's 2/3 of all high-speed rail globally, more than all other countries combined. The Beijing to Shanghai line, covering 1,318 kilometers, takes just 4 hours and 18 minutes, compared to 20+ hours on conventional trains. The network connects more than 400 cities across China, from megacities to remote regions previously isolated by mountain ranges or deserts. This connectivity has sparked economic transformation. Satellite cities develop around stations, industrial zones relocate along rail corridors, and tourism booms in once remote areas. Building this network required overcoming formidable geographical challenges. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge, the world's longest high-speed rail bridge at 164.8 kilometers, crosses rice paddies, canals, rivers, and lakes. In mountainous regions, tunnels extend for 30+ kilometers through solid rock, including passages beneath sections of the Great Wall. Zhangye Danxia, landform. In a remote corner of Gansu province lies a landscape so surreal it appears digitally enhanced. Mountains striped with vibrant bands of red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple, in patterns so perfect they seem painted. These are the Rainbow Mountains of Zhangye Dangxia, a geological wonder that remained largely unknown to the outside world until recently. These extraordinary colors are entirely natural, created through geological forces over 24 million years. Layers of sandstone and mineral-rich sediments accumulated in this region, once a large lake basin. Different mineral contents created distinctly colored layers. Iron oxides produced reds and oranges. Copper contributed greens and blues, while other minerals added yellows and purples. Over millions of years, tectonic pressure forced these flat layers to buckle and fold, pushing them upward into the convoluted patterns visible today. Wind and rain then sculpted the exposed rock, eroding softer layers more quickly and leaving the harder, more colorful bands protruding. The 322 square kilometer landform creates different spectacles throughout the day. Morning light brings out the yellows and golds, while sunset intensifies the reds and oranges, making the mountains appear to be on fire. After rain, the colors become more saturated, creating even more dramatic contrasts between bands. Summer Palace. Just outside Beijing's urban center lies an imperial retreat where emperors escaped summer heat for over 800 years. The Summer Palace, a masterpiece of Chinese landscape design that harmoniously blends architecture with nature across 2.9 square kilometers. The centerpiece is Kunming Lake, an enormous artificial body of water. The soil excavated from deepening the lake was used to build Longevity Hill on its northern shore, topped with temples and pavilions arranged according to principles of Feng Shui. This perfect balance, water symbolizing wealth, mountains representing longevity, embodies the Chinese ideal of harmony between natural elements. The palace we see today largely dates to 1888, when Empress Dowager Cixi rebuilt it, using funds allegedly diverted from the Chinese Navy. Cixi, one of history's most powerful women, ruled China from behind a yellow silk screen for 47 years, using the Summer Palace as her primary residence during warm months. Over 3,000 structures fill the grounds, including the famous 728-meter-long corridor, essentially an outdoor art gallery with 14,000 paintings decorating every beam and crosspiece. The marble boat sits permanently docked at the lake's edge, not actually marble, but wood painted to resemble stone, symbolizing the stability of imperial rule. Jiuzhaigou Valley. Hidden among the mountains of northern Sichuan province lies Jiuzhaigou Valley, a fairy tale landscape of multicolored lakes, layered waterfalls, and ancient forests nestled among snow-capped peaks. The name means Nine Village Valley, referring to the 9 Tibetan villages originally located there. This remote valley contains nearly 100 lakes, each a different color due to varying mineral contents, algae concentrations, and depths. The most famous, Five Flower Lake, displays vivid blues, greens, and turquoise that change throughout the day. Its crystal clear waters reveal ancient fallen tree trunks arranged like a natural mosaic on the lakebed. What makes the waters so extraordinarily colored? Calcium carbonate deposits create travertine dikes and shelves that segment the valley into numerous pools and waterfalls. Over thousands of years, minerals dissolved in the water reflect light differently, creating the rainbow effect across the valley's lakes. The valley suffered significant damage during a 7.0 magnitude earthquake in 2017, but reopened to visitors in 2020 after extensive restoration work. Autumn brings the valley's most spectacular display when the surrounding forests turn brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold, their colors mirrored perfectly in the still lake surfaces below. Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. Imagine driving on a bridge that disappears into the sea, continuing your journey through an underwater tunnel, and then emerging onto another bridge. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge makes this science fiction scenario a reality. This 55-kilometer sea crossing connects three major cities in the Greater Bay Area: Hong Kong, Zhuhai, and Macau, reducing travel time from 3 hours to just 30 minutes. Completed in 2018 after 9 years of construction, it's the longest sea crossing bridge in the world. Engineers faced enormous challenges: typhoons that regularly strike the region, busy shipping lanes that couldn't be disrupted, and preserving the habitat of endangered Chinese white dolphins. Their solution? Create a combination of bridges, artificial islands, and a 6.7-kilometer underwater tunnel. The tunnel portion allows large ships to pass overhead while protecting the bridge from typhoon damage. The two artificial islands that connect the bridges to the tunnel are engineering marvels themselves. Each is the size of 150 soccer fields. Engineers used circular steel cylinders 60 meters in diameter, driven into the seabed, then filled with sand and concrete, a technique that minimized disruption to marine life. The structure is designed to withstand magnitude 8 earthquakes and survive for 120 years. This massive undertaking required 400,000 tons of steel, enough to build 60 Eiffel Towers, and cost approximately $20 billion. Mogao Caves. Hidden in the desert cliffs of northwestern China lie 492 temples literally carved from solid rock, the Mogao Caves. This extraordinary site preserves the world's largest collection of Buddhist art, spanning 1,000 years of cultural evolution. Also known as the 1,000 Buddha Grottos, the complex contains over 45,000 square meters of murals, the equivalent of over 6 football fields of ancient paintings. The earliest caves date to 366 CE, when a monk named Lei Zun had a vision of 1,000 Buddhas bathed in golden light at this spot. Over the centuries, travelers along the Silk Road stopped here to pray for safe passage through the treacherous Taklamakan Desert. Many commissioned artworks as offerings, resulting in caves decorated in diverse styles, reflecting influences from India, Central Asia, and beyond. A physical record of cultural exchange along the ancient trade routes. Perhaps most astonishing was the discovery in 1900 of the Library Cave, a chamber sealed in the 11th century and forgotten for 900 years. Inside were over 50,000 manuscripts, including the world's oldest printed book with a verifiable date, 868 CE, and documents in Chinese, Tibetan, Sanskrit, and several extinct languages. Beijing Daxing International Airport. How do you build an airport capable of handling 100 million passengers annually in a country where air travel is growing exponentially? Beijing's answer is Daxing International Airport, a marvel of modern design that reimagines what an airport can be. Opened in 2019, Daxing features the world's largest single-structure terminal building, a 700,000 square meter space designed to resemble a golden phoenix with outstretched wings when viewed from above. This celestial creature from Chinese mythology symbolizes renewal and prosperity, appropriate for an airport built to power China's aviation future. The starfish-shaped layout was designed by legendary architect Zaha Hadid before her death. Its 5 concourses extend from a central core, allowing passengers to walk from the center to the farthest gate in just 8 minutes. Revolutionary efficiency for a building of this size. The terminal's design incorporates numerous sustainable features, including a solar farm, water collection systems, and natural lighting through skylights. The entire complex is connected to Beijing by high-speed rail links that can transport passengers to the city center in under 20 minutes. If you've enjoyed this exploration of China's most spectacular wonders, please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing journeys around the world. Press the bell icon to be notified when our next adventure begins. Until then, may your travels be filled with wonder.